joining me in the town of Gulbene. And I'm going to bring you back to that manor I told you about before. Yeah, if you remember, I brought you to a manor before on the Himalayan. So I'm just going to show you this manor house. It's another beautiful day in Latvia, in Gulbene. What's it now? 29th of September. We're still getting days like this. So always happy to have. I won't argue about days like this. I've been to the town a different way, so I'm wondering, is this the correct way? Maybe I'll go straight across. Okay, let's go straight across. It's a small town, so I'll find it. So the Vespa's running beautifully. Trip to here is about 35 kilometers, so not very far from my hometown. So I need to get fuel pretty soon. So that's on the list. Top into a fuel station. Never been up this part of the town before, so I'm completely lost. Industrial estate in there. Very interesting. Haven't a clue where I am, but it's a small town, so I'll eventually get my bearings. Hopefully. No. Okay, let's go up here. Completely lost. Crazy. No. Okay. Lost completely. Oh well, good man, Harry. Well, there you go. That's how easy it is to get out to the countryside from these little towns. Let's head back in. Let's try this one. My lovely Vespa covered in dust. Terrible road. Oh. Right, skip that shit. I'm not gonna wreck my bike. Absolutely ridiculous. How they can have the roads like this acceptable on the outskirts of the town. Okay, so we figure which way to the manor house. I think it's left. Let's go left. Let's try going left. Yep, here we are. We've arrived at Vecgulbene Manor. I don't think this will ever be restored. Maybe, possibly someday. But this was owned by the Van Wolf family. You might recognise that name. I've said it to you before. This is the family who also owned who were involved in the house in Stammarina. It's amazing architecture there. It would be a wonderful building if it was ever restored. Architecture like this. Up here. Fabulous architecture. I can't go in, unfortunately. There's a look at the inside. Abandoned, of course. And it would have been probably the area where the cooks were and or the wine cellars or something like that. Let's have a walk around the building. Last time I was here I talked about the view of the building. The view of the building from the other side, which is quite beautiful. So I'm going to bring you around there and have a look at that. You can see how thick some of them walls were. This was obviously some sort of a washing area. Because that's a water channels there, isn't it? It looks like there was sinks along here, and maybe a place for putting soap or whatever. It's definitely not urinals, as some people might think, because it's too high. Unless they're all very tall. Fascinating. Again here, and if you look here, there's hooks. There was hooks all along here, look. There's the original hooks. Or maybe that was to hold a water pipe. What do you reckon? It was either for a water pipe or for something else, but there's a better view. So that would have been a basin for washing. Could have been anything, laundry area. There's the runoff pipe for the water. So the water would have run off. So you can see. A fair idea of what it was. As you can tell by the steps, I went up this way, turned around, and continued on up further. So there's definitely at least a 2-story building here in this part. I find these places fascinating. Get a bit of light here. Okay. And there's a good view of the thickness of the way the walls were constructed. I'll go back to the wide angle. Okay, let's go a bit further. The view from this side is much more impressive. You can see this wonderful walkway. And this is where you get a real idea of the grandeur of the place. I'll show you the building first, and then I'll show you the view they would have had of the gardens. But in its day, it must have been a fabulous place. I suppose nothing is beyond restoration, but it would be a hell of a job to restore. Big job to restore it. Let's go up here and have a little look. I'm not supposed to, but let's have a wee look inside. There you go now. Steps up and steps down. So as I was saying, obviously there was a place downstairs. Steps right down into cellars, or areas where staff for cooking or whatever would have been. Up here, you can see balcony, stuff like that. Fascinating. Let's go. Evidence of some sort of a fire as well. Here has been burnt. Let's just give you an idea of the grandeur of the place inside. Yeah. Super. Let's come back. And then continues on around there. There's the scooter parked at the side. Now, let's go back down these steps. So, quite an amazing place. Built 19th century. As I said, von Wolf family. And this complex consisted of the White Castle and the Red Castle. I think this was the White Castle behind me. And then over there is the hotel, which I have read actually. I've actually read, hold on, I'll zoom in on that. Oh, I can't zoom in. Over there is the hotel there. And I've read that that was the stables. Now I've been to the hotel, very nice hotel. Reasonable price, nice dinner. One of the more fancy hotels around this area. So yeah. Okay. Let's turn you around and give you a look at the view. So there's the family house, yeah? I mean, this terrace, surely this isn't 19th century. Surely this was built 20th sometime. And then at some stage it's all gone into disrepair. I don't know what the actual full history is, but at some stage it fell into disrepair, unfortunately. What do you think, guys? Do you think it's restorable? Okay. Here's the view the family would have had. Absolutely amazing. Let's turn you around. There's the view. So you can see this park. There's a guy doing some fishing. Another guy fishing. But this would have been their private land. So this would have been what the one family would have been looking at when they sat on their wee terrace. Isn't it fascinating? This here, circle area here. So maybe some sort of water feature, I'd imagine, possibly. Or maybe just a flower bed. You'll have to use your imagination on that one. And there's more building here, you can see. We have steps here. More steps. The ducks got a fright. Harvey upset the ducks. So there's more steps here. So that's it. That's Vecgulbene Manor. Yeah. Let's get down here. Oh, no, I won't go down there because I want to take you. I want to get a photo. Possibly. No, I won't. I'll go down the steps. Let's go crazy. So, I'm trying to find a history about this place. There's a bit of history, but there's not a lot of history. There's a small amount of history. Underneath here, under the steps I just came down. What's in here? Let's have a look. Nothing. I don't know what that would have been. But still, everywhere. Fascinating around here. Let's take you over and show you the hotel, which used to be, from what I've learned, the hotel used to be the horse stables. So, and it's a lovely hotel inside. I think they've about 14 double rooms. They've a place for an events room for up to 300 people, and they have a sort of a hostel area as well. So there's the main building. Let's go up to the hotel. So here we are at the hotel. And yes, it does look like horse stables it was originally. By those doors anyway. We'll take you around the hotel. The outside, of course. If I go in, I'll have to have dinner. We can't be doing that. Leave the hotel. Quite impressive. And that's the outside seating area. So, nice place. There's a church across the road. Old Gulbene Manor. Vets means old in Latvian. So old Gulbene Manor. So a nice place. It won't be restored in my lifetime. I don't think it'll be restored in another lifetime, but I don't know what the situation is. Yeah, maybe it's a protected building. Maybe it's a protected building and that's why it's sitting here. Maybe there's no money to restore it, but there's no rightful permission given to knock it down either. You know? But what an impressive building. Looks lovely in the evening light. Imagine the work that went into these. I suppose were they carved, or were they are they from a cast, or were they hand carved? I wonder. 19th century, you wouldn't know. Maybe they were. Nowadays they just come out of a factory that makes 100 every day. Private territory, can't go in there. And of course, as I showed you before, we have this name here. This here. Salve. Salve. I'd love to find out more. So, okay, let's go around and get the scooter. What else I'm going to do today? I'm going to go. I'm going to have. This is also part of the complex as well. This building here. It's also part of the complex. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and have a cup of tea in Cantas Cooks, which I've told you about before. I'll do my little tea test that I like to do. But there you go, there's the last look at that place. Isn't that lovely? Okay, I'm going to get a photo after scooter parked outside for the title photo for this post. Okay, let's go. Let's go into the town, through the town, and we'll get some cup of tea. I better get some fuel on the way first. That's okay, there's a garage down here. Recently, Gulbene Town has got lovely new roads. Nice new surface roads. Something we need badly in Balby. Our council constantly says they've got no money. So press the button. Scooter says welcome. Turn on the ignition. Slide your ignition on. You'd almost think I like this keyless thing, this key fob. I'm getting used to it. I still think it's more electronic stuff that's eventually going to break and cause me problems, but let's see how that plans out over the next year. The indicators need a good old squeeze to turn them off. That's something I noticed compared to the Himalayan. The Himalayan turn off fairly easily. The GTS, they need a good old squeeze to make sure the indicators turned off. Just differences in the bikes that I'm learning about as we go. Okay, very short distance away is the restaurant, and we do a tea test. A cup of tea and see if it's nice. See if we get a biscuit. Do we get a biscuit? I don't know. Let's find out. A voyage of discovery, folks, a voyage of discovery. I'm always guessing what angle my camera is at. I'm sorry if sometimes you're looking at the handlebars and not much else. Eventually I need to cut a block of wood to fit behind the camera so I know I have the exact same place. Very slow here because there's a graveyard on my left. I use a lock on my front wheel because I don't trust the key fob system. I don't trust it for security, you know. So I don't trust it. I've had a key, turn it off, lock the ignition, away you go. This key fob thing, I don't know how it all works. So here we are, Qantas Krugs. Qantas Krugs, okay. And as I said before, the world, highly recommend this place to come for a meal. But today, I just get a cup of tea. I found myself a corner, as ever. You know me. I found myself a corner, so I can talk a little bit. Wear my glasses. Sorry. So that's it. So it's a lovely place, and €1.50 for a cup of tea, which is about average. Most of them are $1.50. So I just got my tea while I was talking. Have a look at this. I thought it was just tea. So we get tea and a very interesting little snack. So there you go. They've done well on that. I didn't expect that. And the normal black tea. So very good. So yeah, they're all very good. I'd recommend all these places. They're all lovely staff and nice people, and prices are reasonable across the board. I don't know why it says 9:13 there. I haven't a clue. Figure that out later. Only thing I didn't get with the bike was the manual. Owner couldn't find the manual, so the owner's manual, which gives you concise details of exactly what you're looking at on the dashboard. So I'll work it out eventually. And the other option is I'll work it out using YouTube. So eventually I'll find out what everything means. So the owner is looking for the manual. He's doing his best, and if he finds it, he'll give it to me. He'll post it to me, so I hope he finds it. Let's see if this fella gives me a wave. No. I should do that. I should have some fun waving at people on bikes like a big dork and see if they wave back. What do you reckon? It's good fun doing that sometimes. Giving a big dorky wave. A big hey! They'll think I'm a nut job. Okay. A lot of potholes on this road. Not potholes, the steel shores. I think there's one for every house. Lovely sun in the background, and the sun setting behind me.